Pioneer Day in Utah here, July 24th, 2013. And this is a day when the locals and the Mormons especially celebrate their arrival in the state and all the achievements of the pioneers, which is wonderful and great. They build a really lot of nice towns and that out of rougher terrain. But with all this of the pioneers, there's a dark side too. Right now I am just at the site where there is the burial and memorial mound for the Francher Baker party who was on their way to California in the summer and fall of 1987. At this time, there was also a federal army that was on its way to Utah and Salt Lake City to force the Mormons and to force Brigham Young to step down as governor and force them to accept federal authority, which they'd been flaunting for 10 years. And into all of this goes the wagon train, and Brigham Young and Orson Hyde and other Mormon apostles whipped the settlers up, especially those down in southern Utah, into a real anti-alien sentiment. And the upshot of all this is that when this wealthy wagon train came through with a lot of wealth, great horses, great cattle, the local settlers goaded the Indians into attacking it, which they did on September 7th as they were camped right around this area, this memorial site. After the Indians gave up because the settlers dug in and repelled them, the Mormons then kept up the siege, kept the immigrants under siege, being disguised as Indians. Finally, after 5 days, the local Mormon leaders made a decision to finish off this wagon train so that they couldn't tell the story that they were attacked, that the Mormons had helped the Indians to attack it. And about 156 years ago, on of all notorious dates, September 11th, 1857, the local Mormon settlers banded together, came upon the bewildered wagon train, and one of them, John D. Lee, approached them and offering a flag of truce, approached them and said they'd see him back safely to Cedar City if they'd give up their arms. The settlers, having run out of water and food, being quite desperate, readily agreed. This seemed about the only hope they had, and they were marched about a mile away from here when all the Mormons turned on them from the command from their leaders, and all at one they turned to their neighbors and they shot them point blank or just clubbed them to death with their rifles, and they killed over 145 men, women, and children. Only 18 very young children, all under age 7, survived. And even those were ransomed back to their families. So the Mormons made money off of that. They got the spoils of the wagon train and everything. And now the site where all these settlers are buried and their bones rest, which is right here, is a site that is maintained and owned by the Mormon Church. The same one that ordered their destruction. It's kind of ironic. So, anyway, that's what happened here a long time ago. So, I choose to, for my Pioneer Day, remember all that they accomplished, both good and absolutely horrendous. Bye.